Now it's recording. Just made a nice video for you lovely people and it wasn't recording. Someday I dream of just doing the work and having someone video me while I do it. That'll probably never happen. Anyway, today's March 9th, 2026, and today's the first work day. Today's the first day of the work season. It begins today because the snow melted off a couple of days ago and today got warm enough to chainsaw, and so today is the day. And it's kind of an experiment. I want, people have been asking, a few people have been saying, hey, I wish I could see you do the work, or could you make a video of how you decide what to do, what you do, and how you do it. And so I thought this year, every now and then, I would try to make little short before and after videos of interesting projects. So this is the first one of those. And I'm filming this on my phone because I forgot my GoPro in the house, but I'm sure that's gonna work out. Anyway, as far as where you start on any given day, some days you just walk around and you find a spot and think, this looks nice, I'll work here today. Sometimes nature says you have to start here, right here. And that happened 2 days ago when a bolt of lightning came and did this. Look at that, would you? That was a double trunk. It wasn't the biggest eastern white pine, but it did the double trunk thing that eastern white pines do up there. It was a pretty big tree. It was about 60-footer. You know, not that big on the stump, maybe 1.5 feet on the stump. So not the biggest tree in the world, but the lightning hit right up there. You can see the scar, the lightning scar, the charred place right there, right at the nub of the double trunk, shot down the tree and exploded the sap out of the tree. And that happened to be the tree where the Tranquility Loop sign was nailed to, and it blew the sign off like a grenade and shot it all the way over here, and it landed right there. And there's a piece of shrapnel from the tree right there. So, I mean, that tree exploded. Then yesterday, and it was just the energy running down the tree and the explosion at the base for the sign. This trunk and this trunk were still up there. And then yesterday, I was taking a walk and heard this one fall. It broke off up there and fell, that I have to cut up. And then I came out this morning and the wind last night had snapped it off there, that's very dangerous, of course. So that has to come down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make this be the preamble video, because I don't know what the length of video is I can actually transpose over onto my phone. So I'm gonna keep them short. So I'm going to do this as the preamble video, then I'll do a video of me doing the cutting, because I have to cut this big spur first, because I can't work here dicing this up with this big guy hanging over my head. Very dangerous. So the goal is to make a back cut here and go pretty deep into the tree, because all of that weight is pushing that big snag that way, which is convenient. Then I'll stand here and tickle this side, and this will flop there, and this will flop down, and I'll run over here. So that's the plan. And once I get it on the ground, of course, it's easy to dice up. So anyway, that's the plan. Hopefully it's entertaining. Hopefully I was able to even share this with you guys. I don't even know if I'm able to, but it'll be fun nonetheless. Okay, peace out. I'm gonna put on my hat, my PPE equipment, chainsaw's ready to go. New chains on, very sharp. Always safer to cut with a sharp chain. Always cut with a very sharp chain. And I'm going to do it now. Wish me luck. Peace out. Peace. Peace. All right, I think I'm running out of time on the video. Sorry about the quick pan. It's not bad, but I'm gonna stop this video, make this a 4-parter. I'm gonna make it a 4-parter to make sure I can catch it, because this could be very interesting. The back cut I just put in is not quite deep enough because I want it to collapse in on itself, because I don't want to be on the stump very long when I make this last cut when it starts to go. I want it to be a quick cut and run. So I'm going to cut a much bigger pie piece out of the back. And you'll see that in the next video. Okay, bye. All right. Oh, wow. That was perfect. That was exactly, I mean, literally exactly what I wanted to do. Which, let me turn this around. Which with, wow, that's great. Wow, that's really great. With tree cutting, you know, you go careful and you prep everything nice, but you're never exactly sure. But that's a nice stump. That's kind of how it's supposed to look there across the, see how it's all even right across there? It's almost exactly perfect. If I'd come in a little bit more here, it would have been spot on perfect, but it did what it needed to do. That's nice. That's nice. Wow. I'm very happy about that. That was very exciting. And I just realized too, if I can get these MP4s into my computer, I know I can splice them together into one video, like one 10-minute video or one 15-minute video, in my little edit program. I really do. Very, you know, wishes are fishes. You're not supposed to be doing any of the wishing, you know. Love what is, gratitude for what is. I'm a big believer in that. And it would be nice if I could was better at the whole IT thing, the computer thing. But I'll keep practicing. But good. So now I'm going to dice this up, and I guess I'll just kind of do little videos checking in all the time, and I'll make one video out of this tonight and try to upload it. It's very exciting. Anyway, thanks for watching that. I can't wait to show you guys that. That was very exciting. I can't wait to see it on the video. Okay, peace out. I'm going to start processing this now, and I'll make another video in about a half hour and show you how far I've gotten. So this is how I'm going to start up there, and start limbing it, stacking all the limbs, because I got to use them as a privacy barrier over here by a bench I'm putting on the pond. It's perfect because I needed stuff. I didn't know where I was going to get the stuff, and here's the stuff. Thank you, Mother Nature. And I'll keep working my way down here, limbing and getting the limbs out of the way. And then I will make another video, show you that progress. Then I'll chunk this thing up to clear the path. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, see you soon. Peace. All right, that did not take long at all. This saw is awesome. But anyway, started up there. Generally cut everything at about the same length. And then I sort by type. I've got a little functional OCD going on. But it serves a purpose because if you're building stuff with brush, it's nice to have similar stuff in similar piles. So I haven't piled this up appropriately yet. This is just right after cutting. But I limbed it at the top. And then I just cut the trunk just in chunks. Just a few of these chunks right here, just right there. I wanted you guys to see how it looked. And then, of course, you leave the stanchion pieces because you want to cut logs. This is a perfect, a little lower would have been perfect, but I mean, you want a log not near the ground because as soon as your chain hits the ground, it's dull and you're done. And you have to go sharpen the chain, which can be meditative and fun, but if you really want to get some work done, that can be annoying. So you want to keep your chain away from the ground at all costs. So I've left the tree suspended, and I'll start at each end, and then I'll work a little bit over here, and then a little bit over here, and I'll keep going back and forth so the weight doesn't kip. And I should be able to cut most of it while it's completely off the ground and chunk it up. And then I'll do the same thing for this guy, and I might be able to lift this guy up and put it on something so I can then cut that guy with it off the ground too. And those two big pieces over there I'm going to leave right there for the time being because I want to get the path clear for folks in case anybody wants to walk today. Such a nice day. I would imagine there are going to be people out here. So anyway, that's how it looks now. I might set the camera up here and show you guys how good the saw cuts. That could be amusing. That could be amusing. Because it's a nice chain now, and this is just a great chainsaw. Don't want the sun to be in the camera, so I think I could set the camera up right there. What a nice day. Wow. Just perfect. This is ideal woodworking weather. It just truly cannot get any better. Now let's see if I can set the camera up right so you can see me. I don't want the sun to be blinding you. Kind of is a little bit, isn't it? How unfortunate. Maybe if I back up the camera and put it, oh yeah, put this maple tree in between us. So hypothetically, how many minutes is going on this now? 2:40. I'll make a couple of cuts and see so you guys can see. How does that look? Can you see me there? I think you can see me there. I think so. That should be good. Yeah, you should be able to see me there. Yeah, I'll make some cuts and then I'll turn this video off. All right. Let's see how we're doing now on time. Hopefully that's not too long. Oh, that's good, 5.5. So that is what it looks like when you have a 60cc chainsaw running really well on a new chain in soft wood. Admittedly, this is soft wood. I mean, Eastern white pine is real easy to cut. If that had been an oak, that would have taken a little bit longer. But that's basically what I do. I get the chunks about that size. I mean, that's about a 30, 40 pound chunk right there. You can really throw those away if you're really moving. You don't want to get it too heavy because then you hurt yourself unnecessarily. So I like to cut them up in pieces where I can throw them. So what I'll do now, which I will not film, is this is suspended. See how that's suspended? So anything you have suspended, you go ahead and cut it, because that's just a gift. So I'll cut that into chunks there, and then you saw me kind of teasing the stress of the loaded limbs there, and I will probably end up taking some weight off of this end. And if I'm lucky, I'll get this piece to fall on that stump. But anyway, that's all just thinking out loud. So that's it. I will get back to you when I've finished all the chunking. And then the last video will be how it looks when I pile it up off the path. Oh my God, how great is that? How great is that? Okay, I really hope these videos can be seen by you guys. How long is this one? Oh, perfect. Okay, bye-bye, bye-bye. Credit where credit is due. This saw is awesome. Both the same saw. I have two of these Stihl 391s. This is the newer of the two with the longer bar. You know, you put a 25-inch bar on as opposed to a 20-inch bar. You don't have to bend over as much. It makes a huge difference, and this saw is more than strong enough to run it. Anyway, wow, what a saw. What a saw. So here's my wheelbarrow of tools. Here's the intersection where I'm working. This part you've already seen, and now after just a few minutes, zibbity bobbity boo, I was able to chunk it up, and I did. You know, it's always hard working with trees. I mean, I'm not a pro, okay, obviously, but you still can get a feel for where the wood's moving, where the tension is, and where the force is moving, and you always want to work with that because these things are obscenely heavy. We don't realize how heavy a tree is. Some wood's heavier than most, but they're all friggin' heavy. And pine is pretty heavy wood. There's a lot of mass moving there wanting to go where it wants to go. So when I was talking about undercutting those limbs there, there's a lot. You could tell earlier when I would just barely hit them with the chainsaw and they would pop. I mean, there was a lot of force even at that end, which is the light end of the tree. So there's a lot of weight right here. And I got it to do what I wanted it to do. I even got it to, I cut it in the air, like I said. Then I nicked the front one of that two-prong one, and I got it to balance in the air to keep cutting a couple of more chunks. Then I came over and I nicked from the back side, and I got it to, because this one was left, going that way, it essentially pushed the log this way when I cut that last stanchion, and it did rest on top of the stump like I planned. Victory! Anyway, that made the cutting a lot easier. If you want to see where the lightning hit, that's where the lightning hit, right there. See how charred it is? There's a lot of heat. That was a lot of heat, and it raced down that trunk, and it got to where the sap was rising down here, and it just exploded the sap. Boy, that would have been something to see firsthand. Anyway, now I'm going to do some magic. I'm going to snap my fingers. I've seen people do this in videos. I'm going to do a jump cut. So I'm going to look at it right here, and then I'm going to snap my fingers. And then when the video comes back on again, it's going to look like I just cleaned it up out of nothing. Okay. And that was a double snap. I did that because if I ever learn how to edit, I can edit that clip and make it look like I actually snapped and did it. But that was about 15 minutes, I think. Went fast. It goes fast if you know where you're throwing stuff and you throw stuff, the same stuff in the same spot. Oh, look at that. Oh, a little chickadee up there. Hey, little fella. Anyway, there's a method to the madness. I didn't bring my rake. I did that with my size 17 boot to make it look nice for folks. And I think it is now traversable. And put all the scruff there. I'm going to top my little... I'm making a pile over here, a barrier. And I want it to be mostly of evergreens because they last longer. They make for a thicker hedge. Because the easement, you know, to the ravine cove, the Pier Cove Ravine trails curves this way by the pond right here. And I'm making a little overlook with a bench right there to look down on the pond. It's going to be really pretty, but I wanted to have it be a little more private for the people that walk here by the bench. So I'm making I needed a berm of brush right there on the corner, which I'll show you someday, not today. And this should do it. So I'm going to take all of these evergreens and kind of interlock them and make a little woven, pseudo-woven shield between where that bench is and where the people will walk by on the path. So I'm going to put all of that greenery there. I stacked all of the stackable stuff here. I'm going to use all of that for that. I threw all the stuff that I can't really use for that there, and I'll throw it back a little further away from the path another time and let it melt in. And then, of course, all the big chunks I stacked here because it makes a big difference when you move big chunks when they're already in a pyramid. Very easy to pick up stuff from about there, that high to that high. Only hard to get stuff off the ground. And it's right next to the path here, so I just pull the wheelbarrow right up to it, pick it up, and wheelbarrow it wherever I'm going to take it, which is still, I think I have an idea near here where I'm going to take it. Anyway, that's it. You can tell I haven't done this in a couple of months. Oh, fun times though, fun times. I'm so excited to get back to it. So excited. This is going to be, I just have a really good feeling about this year. I just think the vision is really going to come together, I think, this year. I'm really excited about it. Anyway, I'm going to go this evening. I'll try to stitch these videos together. And yeah, we'll see. I think I know how to do it, actually. I was thinking about it. I think I know how to do it. Yeah, I'm excited. And I'm almost positive I can, in which case I will stitch them together tonight. And I may have this video up tonight on YouTube, which could be really cool. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm going to, I'm not really in the mood to make that brush pile today. Today is not really a bench by the pond day, work day. And all this stuff is off the path so everyone can walk. And that was the objective, and no one's going to get hurt by that dangerous thing that I cut down. So I think I'm just going to move, in this direction and head towards, if you've watched in the past videos, Maple Cafe is right over here around the corner. And I'm right here, and there's some chainsawing that needs to be done there, so I think I'm just going to do that. And then I'll just go until I get tired, and then I'll quit. But man, oh man, what a day. What a day to be alive. In case any of you are wondering about, where I ended off the last video, talking about the challenges that are facing a lot of us in the United States these days, and I guess around the world because of the United States, and Israel, if we're being fair. Not only, but also. I've done some reading on this, quite a bit, and some things that might be helpful, maybe, to some of you. To many of you, probably not interested, but some of you probably are. And so I think I'm going to make a very short little video series, kind of how to transcend tyranny, or how to kind of generally what we can all do right now to help ourselves and our loved ones in our community, most importantly of all our community, make it through these times, which I think are going to get tougher and tougher for a while, I think. And hopefully not a decade, maybe only a few months, but I have a feeling it's going to be a few years. And there are things we can all do right now to make ourselves feel more at ease as we flow through these troubling times. So I think I'm going to make a short video series of some of those things, in case any of you are sitting there thinking, I wish I could do something. What in the world can I actually do? Because there's quite a few things we can all actually do that don't involve facing up to the man. You know, it's very scary for all of us, you know, to go protest or go do a direct action sit-in, or I mean, all those very bold and dramatic actions, of course, are needed. But but it's very scary. It's very scary because you know, even though in theory, you know, we've got a First Amendment and a right to peacefully protest. Indeed, according to the Constitution, a duty to peacefully protest government overreach. You know, this government will just arrest you for that, or beat up on you or something. You know, it's kind of scary. So it doesn't matter who you are these days. I mean, my black and brown friends and red friends have known this for hundreds of years, but now it's becoming real for all of us. And so anyway, without doing any of those dramatic things, which I do encourage as long as they're peaceful. I think they can. I'm a big believer in mass, peaceful civil disobedience. If any of you want to know the studies that it actually does work, Rebecca Chenoweth, Chenowith, I think is one of the sociologists who's done a lot of research on this. Peaceful, organized civil disobedience does work. It just requires, you know, being willing to give up your safety and your freedom, or at least on the short term, which a lot of us don't want to do. Long story short, there are things you can do without engaging that much risk that on the long term, I think are going to be equally important for our society. And so I'm going to be making a video series about that. And also this video series, I think I'm going to continue to, you know, show the progress of places like this, because, you know, we're going to need places like this too. We're going to need places all around the country where people can go for free, for no money, and just be in a place of complete peace, and get back in touch with our inner calm, or meet people, organize in secret. This would be a great place for people to come and organize a protest, you know, in secret. All sorts of uses for places like this. So I'm going to be documenting that too, because I hope this place will be used by many, many, many thousands of people over the years. That is my hope. Anyway, I ramble on. I may even edit out this last little ramble. I'm not sure yet. Either way, hope you guys are doing great. Thanks for joining me on that little adventure. And I'm going to pick up my stuff and move down the trail and fire the saw up and keep going. Okay, enjoy the day. Love you guys. Peace out. Peace out. Peace in. Bye-bye.